Yep.
What's a couple of the key things that organizations can do to create those spaces and environments?
So there's a few things. I think COVID-19 has actually done a lot of work for us in this space, weirdly and completely unexpectedly, because what it's done is it's actually put everyone's personal life under a spotlight. You know, you've got people, bosses now. I read a really interesting article saying bosses are struggling to have influence from their lounge rooms or from their home offices because they're not wearing the tie and they're not there with the same level of influence that an office creates. And so then you have to focus on relationships. Women are now able to go and do the school run because they know they're coming home and they're going to be logging back on once the kids are asleep, and they're going to do a couple more hours of work. And that's okay now. It's not this kind of, oh yeah, you're working from home, are you? Because now we're all working from home and people are realizing, oh, actually you do get stuff done. But in terms of initiatives for corporates, I think parental leave needs to be encouraged for both men and women, because we need to say this is something that's happening to both parts of the couple. And I know some fantastic organizations where they encourage the man to take parental leave. And I equally know some organizations that have it available, but judge somebody in the negative for taking it.
For taking benefit of it, yeah.
Yeah, so I think there's a big difference there. And I think a lot of it, you know, to take the example of AMP, with their culture issues lately, that often these things are, there's so many fantastic change managers and HR professionals who have these policies in place, but then you have the overlay of the actual culture that either allows and permits them and encourages them to be taken up or frowns upon. And so I heard a great quote once that said, a working mother or a working parent doesn't just need support, they need a champion. And so I've had a supervisor at the University of New South Wales, and I'll name her, Associate Professor Leanne Piggott. And she has been incredible for the past couple of years because she can see the value that I bring. And she almost sees the chaos in my life as being very temporary. So she doesn't judge me for the temporary chaos. And she knows that if she invests in me now, it will reap rewards. And I think that's what people need to acknowledge, that you're not just going to see someone and think, oh, they've got that going on. And let's just not talk about parents. Like, there's people with relationships issues. There's people with health issues. There's people with, you know, just psychological issues in organizations. It's actually about being their champion. So I think leaders need to get much more involved in the emotional intelligence side of leadership rather than just management. I think that distinction between leadership and management is really important.